You can go whenever you're ready.
Hey everybody, it's Chris T, and I'm joined with RedBull RS's own Evo champion, Luffy.
Bonchan also out of meter. Oh no! Oh no!
Luffy! Luffy has done it! He has taken Evolution 2014!
Unbelievable! It is France. It will be your champion over Japan. Wow! Incredible stuff. I have not seen domination like that ever.
Oh, Luffy, so on point. Is Luffy gonna finish this out? And there's the big counter hit into Super, and Luffy takes the second set of Grand Finals 3-0 over Bonchan. Wow, okay. History repeated itself. Evo 2014, we saw the same thing happen again with Luffy here.
I appreciate you sitting down and kind of allowing us to pick at your brain.
Yeah, thanks for the offer.
Yeah. So, I have some questions that are lined up for me, some things that I've been thinking about, because as a player, I'm going through something that I haven't before. And I guess I can start it off with, I could relate it to your Evo run in 2014, right?
Yeah, right.
And you had came from the losers bracket, and a lot of people were not even thinking about you winning, but you were the underdog. And you somehow like bodied everybody, not just in top 8, but beforehand as well. You bodied a lot of players, and you got to top 8, and you eventually won. Now, something that I'm facing as a player is, so I won in the Dominican Republic, right? And now I'm thinking that, okay, I'm a good player, right? And I go to Texas Showdown, I qualify for top 8, but I qualified in winners too. But as soon as I got knocked into the losers bracket, my mind took me out of that comfort zone that, hey, you're a good player, you're a really good player, you deserve to be here. And it started giving me a lot of fear. And I started thinking about, oh crap, because I'm in top 8, now I have to win. Because I'm in top 8, I need to be able to do something out of this, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even thinking about the game anymore. And I was feeling so much more pressure now that I was in top 8. When I got knocked into the losers bracket, right? When I got knocked into the losers bracket, I saw that I was playing against Dew. And as soon as I saw Knuckle Dew that I had to play Guile, I was like, crap, like, I'm gonna lose. There's no way I'm gonna win this. It's too hard. It's a hard matchup, and it's Knuckle Dew. So what I'm essentially asking is, when you get knocked into the losers bracket as a player, what is it that you think about when you see the opponent that you're gonna play against, how strong he is, and how do you overcome a loser's bracket? Like, what changes from that winner's bracket mentality to the loser's bracket, and how do you stay strong? Because it's any mistake and you're done. Your road ends.
Well, personally, I'm trying to not think about winners or loser bracket. I mean, it exists, the winner and loser bracket. But in my mind, you don't think that you're in winners or in loser, because every game you are playing the best that you could. Even it's not your choice in your match shouldn't be altered if you're in winner and loser, because you are trying to play the best you can and try to do the best choice you can at the right moment. So what you're saying is, imagine you're in loser bracket, you will attack differently.
But I do.
You do?
I do, because I'm scared. Because I don't like when I'm in winners bracket. I'm like, okay, I can make that extra dash.
Yeah, I see.
You know. But when you're in losers bracket, you're questioning every step that you do, because you cannot fuck up. You cannot make that mistake.
I didn't have this issue in SF4, because in SF4 you could control a lot.
Yeah.
And my character also enabled me to.
Yeah.
But in SF5, I'm playing a character like Mika, which is a grappler and very offensive character, so I have to take risk, especially when I have a common grab and my character doesn't have a true blood string.
Yeah.
So that means when I do light, I risk DP every time between my string.
Yeah.
But your opponent, now we are playing at a certain level of playing, when everyone is pretty strong and pretty good.
Yes.
So if your opponents begin to understand that you are nervous and really fearing something, you will take advantage of this. Like for example, Today I played Knuckle Do in top 24 losers, and the first two match it was a best of 3, so I lost 2-1. But the first two match I think he noticed that I was respecting a lot of his wake up, and so he never DP. He never did once.
When you said that you were respecting his wake up,
Yeah,
like you weren't
I
pressing
just
a
block.
button,
Yeah.
you just blocked.
Yeah, I just block. And the last round, it was the final round, like 1-1, 1 round each.
Yeah.
He was very good in that. He never did once EXDP, right? And in that last game, Mika against Guile, you know the matchup is very hard because Mika has
You
to
have
get,
to get
in
yeah.
on Guile. And when you are in, you just
You have one chance, and, and if you mess up,
you have to take the risk too.
Yeah.
So it was the last round. Then I noticed that he was never mashing DP. So I get one knockdown. I put him in the corner with that. I did light, and now he X flash kick after one light.
Yeah.
It was very smart because at this moment, last round, he knew that I was never gonna do light and block.
Yeah.
Because
you were you were respecting him the entire time, and that was
yeah. But that means if I do light and he did, for example, light sonic boom, I lost all my advantage in that matchup, and it was the last round. So he knew that I had to take the risk to do something else.
Yeah.
Then he did EX flash kick. I got it. I went back full screen.
Yeah, and then it was.
Then after I had a second chance. I put him back in the corner.
Yeah.
I did light. He did EX flash kick again. Yeah.
And it hit you.
And it hit me.
Yeah. See, like,
so
how does he make that that decision, man? It was all or nothing.
Yeah, and it was in loser bracket.
Yeah.
And he was in the corner, and you know, against Mika, when you block, you miss a DP.
That's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
But I think that example is pretty good in answering what you are saying, because in your mind of state of mind, you will never have done DP, I think.
No, I wouldn't have. Because here's the difference, right? It's 2-2 last round against Kaba.
Yeah.
I'm in winner's side. I'm not in loser's side. I got a hunch to just DP. I did EXDP, it worked. I got another hunch to EXDP, I did it again, it worked. And then I got a throw off of it. And then those two EXDPs, he had the life lead on me, but those two EXDPs that I just felt like doing, I did, I think, in part because I'm in winner's side. It's last round, he feels a lot of pressure. Screw it, I'm gonna do it.
But he was in winners as well.
No, he was in losers. No, he was.
If you were in winners, he was in winners.
No, in grand finals, I was on winner's side.
Oh, okay.
He was in losers.
All right.
Yes. I wasn't gonna let him reset the
bracket. Yeah,
right?
he was in the DR tournament.
Exactly. Now, if I was in loser's side and I have Guile, I've taken damage already. I wouldn't have done those ZXDPs because I was gonna lose. I would be too scared to DP in a situation like that.
Yeah, but that means if your opponent played exactly the same, if he was in winners or in losers, in that situation, that means you wouldn't have made the right choice.
Yeah. If I was in losers, I wouldn't have made the right choice.
When in winners you did, because you
are in winners.
But I think you should play just to win the match, whether it's in winners or in losers.
Yeah. So you're not even thinking about
winner or losers.
Winners or losers. I'm just here. I'm gonna do what I gotta do in this match.
I'm trying to play my best.
Yeah.
I think everyone is the same.
No, okay, I guess.
Like for example, when you watch some top 8 match, there is some people in winners, some people in losers.
Yeah.
But top 8, the level is so high.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we don't tell you who is in winners, who is in losers,
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, because when you see the match, all the decision making.
That's actually good. That's good.
All the decision making are really truth to the win.
I think it's also like, okay, so I understand what you're saying, and the second part of that question is, like, I think that I'm a good player. A lot of people think that they're good players, right? There comes to that certain level as a player where you recognize yourself to be a really good player, that you can compete with the best now, you know? You don't think like that if you're losing to everybody, right? But once you start winning, you gain more confidence and you put yourself in like, okay, I can beat these people, but I probably can't beat these people, right? But as you get better, so I've been playing for like 9 years now, I think that I've gotten a height where I can compete with somebody like you, where I'm good enough to compete against you and Tokido and all these people that are at that top tier of players, you know, because there's still that layer difference. For some reason, there's this stupid thing inside my head that tells me, because I'm sitting next to Tokido and because of who Tokido is, you're gonna lose. You stop thinking about this person as he's a human being too.
Yeah.
You know, I started thinking about like, dude,
because it's Tokido, you respect him more than if it will be a random Akuma, I guess.
Exactly. I was sitting down next to him today.
Yeah.
I'd beaten Problem Next, and then I got to play Tokido. That was to make. I would need one more to make top 8, right? But I sat down next to Tokido, and I was like, well, I mean, you got 13th. That's good enough, you know. You're not gonna beat Tokido. Like, I mean, I guess you can, but you know how much work he's putting in. There's no way, you know. He probably knows everything that you're already thinking about and wanting to do. So I win the first round, and I'm like, oh crap! Wait a minute, maybe I can win this. And then he literally bodied me so hard to where I was like, I didn't even get Street Fighter 5. I didn't even get 50-50. He just hit confirmed everything, and he was like a walking wall. I couldn't even move forward against him. I started the rounds walking back. Like, that should tell you how uncomfortable I was in the neutral, you know? But even that stupid thought that came into my head, I think, affected that. So how do you go about, like, you're a godlike player, but do you think, like, man, this person puts in more work than I do, or this person is better than I am, and it affects your approach in general?
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Because if you come to a tournament and you prepare yourself, I guess you prepare yourself to playing those guys, because when you join tournaments and you are, like you say, you are like confident about your skill, confident about that you could actually challenge the top. So in your mindset, you should be ready for that. You know that at some moment in the tournament, you might
run into this player.
Yeah. So why does the second you run next to him, now you're scared? When just before the tournament, you are just saying that I'm
confident, I'm good, I'm ready. Yeah. So okay, I guess that can lead into a question that I didn't plan on before, but I just thought about right now. You talked about preparation.
Yeah.
Be real with me. How much do you play Street Fighter 5? A lot of people don't know how much effort to put into it.
Oh, I don't play a lot. I think it depends on people, but I'm being asked regularly this question.
How often do you hit the lab training mode in terms of, like, you know, you're over there trying to be a scientist, and how often do you play the game in a week basis? You know, like in a week.
I see what you say. In a week, I think I might play between 6 and 9
hours.
Yes, a week.
Yeah, that's including training mode.
Yes.
That's not a lot.
When I think about it, like for example on Monday, maybe I will turn on the PS4 and I will play maybe 3 first to 5 with someone, which make it 1 hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think 8 or 9 hours a week, easy.
Here's the thing, now.
But I think Tokido is an 8-hour day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the same boat as you, and I know that there's a lot of other top players that have told me that they play for close to the same amount of time that you play, the same amount of time that I play, right? The difference is that for me, because I know that I'm playing, I actually play a little bit more. I would say maybe around the same time, like 10-15 hours, right? You can only you play those first to 5s or first to 3s, and then it's hard to play online as it is. So we don't want to run into ranked matching, because that's a living hell to deal with. But that makes me feel like I'm not prepared for tournament. Whereas I know that this person that just sat down next to me, Tokido, he's shown me 8 notebooks.
Yeah.
When I was in Japan, he showed me 8 notebooks that he writes down in, that he talks about this person, his errors, how many wins did he get in this set, how many losses. I'm sitting next to this guy knowing that he showed me all of that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get bodied right now, free.
Yeah, but everyone has different preparation. I mean, some people study a lot of video. Some people like to do their combo 20 times a day.
Times, yeah.
I mean, the preparation is pretty much different.
Yeah.
But in the end, as long as you are confident about your matchup, you are playing your matchup. I mean, if you play Kennen against Akuma, you know that, or if I play that way, the matchup, I have 60% of winning or whatever, then you should play that way. And you just don't have to think about who you're facing, because I have the same issue. Like, if I play against, I don't know, an Akuma I don't know at all, maybe I will take the risk of jumping or something. When it's Tokido, I know that he's
You're
going
gonna
to
get anti-air, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the best way, because when I play against Tokido, if I play on the ground really like safe, I think I'm playing his game.
Yes.
I'm playing his game because I have Mika. With Mika, I have to take risks with jump, dash, drop kick.
So with Ken, I have to take the risk against Akuma. I can't compete against him in the neutral. So when I'm playing slow, I'm like, crap, wait, what if he wants me to play like this? And then I start doing stupid shit and I'm dead.
Well, I don't really know the weapon of Ken and Akuma in the matchup, but for example, against Akuma as Mika, I have to play in different range. Like, I have to force my opponent to use some option to counter my option that I shown him before.
Yeah.
So for example, I will poke him with stand medium kick.
Yeah.
To counter that, he have to either fall back and make it whiff and finish with stand medium kick, or either crunch fierce, stand fierce to get a crush root. So, for example, if I start the round with poking with stand medium kick, and I start to notice that you try to want to whiff finish with medium kick, that means you are going to go backward.
Yes.
Because you want to make it.
Yes.
But when I see that, I will just start to walk. I'm not going to use.
You walk him down.
So I'm getting space. And I'm getting space, and if you walk back, I can sweep. But if I see that you are in fierce mode, I have to get in to make it look like I'm going to stand medium, then I walk backward to make it whiff, and so I have to play in different range. But it's the same against most character I have to play, because that's the logical of footism. And with that, I often poke with light kick and I get it in a dash. But my real goal is to put you in the corner slowly.
Yeah.
So that's my real goal.
So I guess to like put it all together back to the preparation thing that I was talking about. Like you're saying that you don't really play as much as people would think that you play. And I'm right there with you, me alongside other players as well, that I know that are top players. We don't play the game
I think as long as you make a good use of your time of playing, it's enough. As long as you feel prepared as well. If you tell me with 8 hours I don't feel confident,
then there's something wrong in your training.
Then you have to play more, do something different. But if I tell you that I do it 8 hours a day, I'm ready to go to a tournament.
You're saying 1 hour a day, I'm ready for a tournament, then that's good enough.
I mean, that's fair enough for me.
So can I ask, like, something that I've talked to other players about as well, is what are we supposed to do in training mode? In this game, like what is the thing that you think about when you're in training mode? Because I don't know. I'll look at training mode like, all right, let me do my combos 100 times and see if I can. My brain just farts up something. I don't know. Other than that, I can't think of anything.
In training mode, I think you don't hit the training mode at random. It's either you fart you thought of something. For example, I don't know, I'm taking a shower and maybe against Laura I can do this, and I will turn on the PS4 and try this specific situation. Then turn on the PS4. Sometimes it can be like this. Sometimes it can be right after a tournament you lost to something, and you just want to you want to hit the lab, and but most people will use the record on block on wake up.
Yeah, which I don't know how to use at all. I don't know the like I know I can use it. I can use the record and the blocking and whatnot, but like you know the set wake up option, how there's the interval timing as well, and like you have to wait for the perfect time to press the button on the when it turns red. Bro, you know how frustrating that is to get that on reversal every time. It's so frustrating. So it just makes my experience.
You just mash.
Yeah, so you just gotta mash.
Yeah,
and that's the crazy thing is that like I was trying something with Birdie and I wanted to. I wanted to do stand light kick, wake up stand light kick, and I pressed it once and bullhorn comes out, and I'm like, how are you supposed to do this? And somebody was like, you just gotta mash it. After my 30th time of trying, I would get bullhorn. So I was like, all right, man, I don't know what to do anymore. And they were like, yeah, just mash short. So I wake up, I'm like, and it comes out, and I'm like, all right, I don't know how to use this. So my training mode is, I go in, I have a certain like follow-up combo, right? Like, okay, I'll do crouch strong, stand short, heavy DP with Ken. What is that sequence afterwards? That's what I'm training in, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
In that, you know, so the sequence A is crouch strong, stand short, heavy DP. Sequence B is the follow-up, and that's like run. And then there's like two options that I can go with that, right? Sequence C would be that I throw them. Yeah. Or after run, I go into another crouch strong, immediate crouch strong, right? But then that door opens up to, okay, after the crouch strong, I can walk up, throw them. Or after the crouch strong, I can shimmy them. And then that goes into that. Or I could go back into C and then throw them and then try. You know what I'm saying? So I'm over here, when I'm in training mode, I try to come up with sequence into sequence that leads into multiple doors that I could have like a legit answer for, you know? If he texts it, that means that he did this. So next time, I'll go into the crouch strong, you know? So is that the same thing that you do as well when you're in training mode? Because I don't know what else to do in training mode, but to come up with these sequences that make me feel comfortable when I play a match.
If you
understood what I meant, though, right?
I mean, now I don't train my meat. Actually, what you are saying is like training a meaty after a knockdown.
Not just a meaty, but I mean like
sequence. You are saying sequence. I'm not. I'm not because. Actually, in training mode, I will mostly train my footsies game. Like, for example, I will record the opponent doing a random move in neutral.
Or stand medium kick from Cammy?
For example. But I'm not doing like record, stand medium kick and finish. I will try to walk down different situation. The 5 situation you can have. And I will do like, I will take Cammy to walk a little bit, stand medium kick. Sequence 1. Sequence 2, I will do walk a little bit, crunch light, then walk, then stand medium. Then I will record different one like this. So my mind doesn't get in autopilot with finishing. Because some people can adapt their with finish to what they record. So that means sometimes you can with finish a move, but that's because you did it yourself. Yeah. So instinctively you know that it's coming now. Yes. So you're hitting your bottom.
Yeah, like if you're gonna try to whiff punish a medium kick from Cammy, you would record Cammy doing neutral jump, land medium kick. So when you see that's exactly what you're saying. You see the neutral jump, it makes your whiff punishing like better than ever. Yeah. But I can whiff punish stand medium kick like nothing in that. But as soon as the game starts, I'm letting.
Yeah, that because your reaction time when you see it raw like this is slower. Yeah. So that's why it's not possible to finish it.
Yeah. So you're practicing different sequences of those. So you don't know, same button pressing.
Yeah. So you don't know when it happens.
And you turn all of those on.
Yeah.
But don't you see number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5?
Sometimes you don't remember unless you don't remember. Depending on your seconds, you can do a sequence on 10 seconds if you want.
a 10-second interval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 sequence of.
Now you're
20.
just seeing her move and pressing these buttons.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, imagine you record a 20-second sequence.
Mm-hmm.
She walk like this for 16 seconds. And
You're
now
not
it's
able
coming.
to tell. Yeah, you're not
now
able
it's
to
coming,
tell.
And you have to refinish. It's really hard.
It's
very
impossible.
hard.
It's impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually
But,
really smart. I never
but
did
that's,
that.
but that's on the stand medium kick of Kami, which is very, very hard to punish. But
Yeah.
for example, stand fierce of Karin, that's a move you can really refinish if you look for it.
Yeah.
So this one is really good to train with, or stand out kick of Nekali, because that force you to always walk at the range where the stand out kick will whiff. So if you want to train your spacing, it's really good as well.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know about those sequences, because I didn't do that before. You know, I just did the things that I mentioned right now, but I never. And when it came to whiff punishing, I would do things like turn on the character to record, neutral jump, press that button that I really hate, and then I could easily whiff punish it. So it made me confident. But come game time, I'm not doing that. I'm not whiff punishing like that. So now I at least have a better understanding of how I can train my mind to adapt to the situation better and to position myself better. I think that also helps with positioning, because she's also walking and you get an idea of where you're uncomfortable and what button you want to press.
Since
at this range.
since what you are recording is walking,
Yeah.
so you will always walk yourself as well to,
Yes.
because that means you will be somehow in a state of game.
Yes.
You can even record Kami doing jump dive kick on wave, then after a backdash and after walk a little bit, stand.
Yeah, like
and
you're
now
actually doing the things that an opponent would do.
Either you turn on the computer to play, and you just play against him, and you try to play your stuff, or you just record.
Playing against the computer is godlike.
A lot of Japanese does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember at E-League last year, I think MOV was playing a lot against some of his pool matches to train.
Yeah. No, that's pretty awesome. We spoke a little bit about your Evo run and your preparation in tournaments and whatnot, but I'm really curious. I guess it stems from the previous question and your training mode, right? I'm curious as to how you went from playing Rose, such a neutral heavy character. And I liked Rose a lot. I liked playing Rose.
Yeah.
When I played Rose, it made me feel like, oh, my neutral's getting better. One, because her buttons were broken. They were godlike. And two, it gave me like a better understanding of neutral game with a character that has good buttons. And that was your game with Rose. You had to be good in neutral to shut down your opponent, but Rose was also a defensive character as well in terms of like zoning. You could zone with Rose, not just with her buttons, but her fireballs weren't that good, but you could make it work. I know that Filipino man also made it work. You went from a zoning, neutral heavy character to a character that I feel like she doesn't really have good footsies, especially from where you came from with Rose.
Yeah, it's pretty weak.
It's weak compared to Rose and weak compared to the other characters in this game. But she's super Rushdown. And now you're adding a command grab to your game. You didn't have this in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, I didn't.
And you completely changed your archetype for this character, and you learned how to play this character. When I play against your Mika, I'm like, this guy's gonna dash at me, but I'm still not gonna be able to react to it. And you dash, and then you command grab me. How are you so good at understanding this character's offense when you came from a completely different mindset? You know, what clicked for you, and what clicked in the Street Fighter 5 for you as a player?
Yeah, it's true that going from Rose to Mika was really hard for me.
Yeah. A lot of people went to like Chun-Li. A lot of people went to characters that, you know, that have good buttons.
It was very hard for me because, like you said, I played a very heavily footsies character, defensive character, which was my original playstyle. Now I have to play a character which is very rushdown, aggressive.
Risky.
I have to take risk, and risk is a very big part of the character. And as a player, my first fighting game is Street Fighter 4. So the first character I played in Street Fighter 4 is Rose. So that means this choice actually affected a lot how I see fighting game and
Yes.
how I play.
Yes.
Imagine if I play SFO, I pick Kami
El
right off the
Fuerte.
bat. Yeah, El Fuerte or Akuma.
Yeah.
So my vision of the fighting game would be, oh, I want to play aggressive
Yeah.
because that's how I learned.
Mhm.
But now I like to play defensive because that's how I learned to
Yes.
play a fighting.
Yes.
And when I picked Mika, I had a lot of trouble at the start, just playing her because I wasn't used to take risk in my offense.
Yeah.
And since her neutral game is not that good and defensive game is not that good as well, I couldn't go back to neutral a lot because I don't get a lot of damage from that.
That's a good.
So
that's a good thing
for
to say.
example, when I attack with Mika,
Yeah.
if it fails, that means I go back to neutral.
Yeah. And
that,
you don't want to
that.
be there.
One thing I don't want to be. When you play Menat, you don't care about going back to neutral because that's where your character is very strong as well. When you play Guile, oh yeah, I got my Oki, or my opponent blocks the Oki, it's okay, I don't care because I'm going back to neutral where my character is the strongest.
You're talking about
Guile, for
the
example.
Gao player, yeah, or the Mika,
Guile
the Menat player, yeah, yeah.
Guile or Menat player.
Oh, so yeah.
But when you play Mika and your offense
Doesn't work out.
doesn't work,
I don't want to be in neutral either. I can relate to the same thing. I hate being in neutral.
It's the
as
same
Ken.
with Ken.
Yeah.
You want your offense to get in,
Yes.
to get damage. But in that game, there is like V reversal, there is like DP as well. And DP are really strong in that game in certain sense, as for example Ken and Ken, for example, he has Oki after his DP. Guile put you full screen. So
Which is where he wants to be.
Yeah. So there is really good weapon against
Rushdown.
offense.
Yes.
Rushdown.
Yeah. But I mean, one block of that EXDP and I'm dead. One block of that EXDP.
That's the same. Yeah, that's true. But a sequence of
It's
attacking,
better to have it. I understand that, and I agree
a
with you.
sequence of attacking will be either there is two shots, like right on the wake up. It will be the first sequence. After one light,
Yeah.
second sequence, and after two light. So there is actually 3 times where you can DP and where I have to respect with the block.
Yes. Yes.
So I have to choose to block right off the bat, right after one light, right after two lights. So it makes it really
So
hard as well.
it was hard for you to accept that.
Yeah. It was
Coming
great.
from the I'm so comfortable in neutral,
Yeah.
and now you have to take these. So
Yeah.
what changed? What made you get better at these guesses? I know that's crazy to say. What made you get better at these risks and these reads that you're doing?
I think,
Especially with command.
yeah, I remember well this part of my my life as in SF5 when I had not really good results at the start, and I remember clearly when I was playing at RedBull Committee, I played against Justin Wong as Mika
This
against
is the
Karin.
first season 1.
Yes, and it was the tournament was in April, so SF5 released end of February.
Yeah.
That means I had only
Like a month and a half.
Yes, and since I started with Nash for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and after I picked Mika, I had only 1 month of Mika.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in a big scale tournament, I was very, very afraid
Nervous.
to come and grab.
Yes. Yes.
I was very afraid to come and grab.
Yes.
But I had this issue for maybe 4 months. And after that, I noticed that if I don't use command grab, that means I'm not playing this character
Correctly.
I'm wrong with the character. And after I was just thinking, I was also thinking that about the crush counter in neutral. Because I was playing very, very safe because I didn't want to get crush countered. But if I play this way, that means my opponent is very free.
I cannot play.
He is very free in his movement, in what he wants to do. So then I went to the conclusion that I have to poke him. I have to, despite the risk of getting crush counter. And I have to use command grab, despite the risk of jumping on DP, because
You have to. You have no choice, or else
Yeah.
you are putting yourself in a bad situation to be in the first place.
Yeah. Then after I relativize and I say, oh, I will just, you only live once.
Wow.
And
He hit him with the Drake. He hit him with the YOLO.
yeah, that's really it. I was like, oh, now I'm taking every choice I will do. I will respect it, and if I lose, that's it. But if I won, that's it.
So you live by the command grab, and you die by the command grab, and you're okay with that.
By the crush counter as well.
And by the crush counter as well. But you have to be okay with that.
You
have
to. Yeah, you have to, because the real treat of Air Mika is the command grab. If you don't use it, I don't think you are playing the character at the best. I mean, some people can do the antithesis with Fudo because he doesn't do a lot.
He doesn't do a lot of command grabs. He doesn't.
Because he play on the fear of the people either fearing the command grab and starting to do some jump and stuff. But mostly he will beat you because his neutral
is ridiculous. Yeah.
His neutral game is good.
So I'm try to answer this part. Like, you had this struggle of understanding, how am I even supposed to use this?
Yeah.
Like, what was the understanding? Just the fact that, like, you have to do it. So your reads got better. Like, how did you know that, like, this is the right time to command grab? How did you know that, like, you got better at command grabbing just by doing it so much? Or how did that happen?
You don't know when it's the right time because it's still a guess. You are not in your opponent's head, but you can kind of condition your opponents.
Yes.
But it's still pretty hard because a good player
knows that you're fishing for it or something, right?
Yeah, and a good player can also be very random in every one of his choice. Like, he doesn't care about what happened before.
Yes.
I think that's the worst type of opponent.
I hate that, bro. I hate that so much.
Yeah, there is some people that will just jump after one light, after two light, after zero light. I don't know why they jump, but they did. And sometimes I can play one game without command grabbing at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can grab normal grab. But at the end, if I obviously lost some game because I did a command grab, but I also won game because I did the command grab.
You live by the DP, you die by the DP. You live by the command grab, you die by the command grab.
Yeah, if you count how many match you won because you did EXDP, that save your situation into some snowball VT, whatever.
No, yeah, you're right, because of those situations where I've won because of wake up DP, it makes me think, well, I can still do it. I have to do it because I've won because of it. But then there's more times where I lose from it.
Yeah, there's some time you lost because you did it.
And then you just hate yourself and you sit alone and you watch your match and complete disappointment. You feel like you're the worst human being.
But I don't know if you noticed in the today in the combo breaker ground final, Xian against Senel. I think Xian never EXDP once.
Xian never EXDP in grand finals.
No, I don't think he did it once.
Was he nervous, you think?
No, because he doesn't want to take the I think he prefer to have a good defense.
Yeah.
Block everything, go back to neutral, than taking a risk.
But see, against Cammy, you have to DP, because they go ham. Cammy players be going ham when they their offense is infinite.
Yeah,
so,
for example, against Mika, a lot of people DP.
Because I have to DP. You be going ham, dog. You be going ham against me. Going ham. You be command grabbing me, and I'm like, you gotta stop. I don't want to deal with it. But then he blocks, and then I deal with Nadeshko and 50-50s.
Yeah.
But
that's also because
I want more control. I want more control.
But that's also because of the fear of the DP.
Yeah.
That you sometimes you can get out of the situation.
Yeah.
You don't wake up, you marshal light, and you get back the pressure. Because I fear the DP. You have to play on that.
It just sounds like you did it enough times and you thought about it enough to where you accepted that you live and die by it, so it made you, I guess, more comfortable with your read, with your gut feeling of this is where I feel like I'm in a command grab.
I mean, you know how Street Fighter 5 works. You know how the structure of the game is.
Can you now move on to explaining that a little bit?
The structure,
what do you think it is?
I mean, the gameplay of SF5, we all know how it is. It's all about... I mean, the thing that weren't in SF4, where, for example, in neutral game, there is some move that you can't finish. There is some move that make you a crush counter. That means the risk or reward of each move is totally different. It's not only about the damage of the move itself, but the crush counter is a really big issue. So that means, even with Ken, you want to poke me with crunch strong, you risk taking 400 damage against Akuma.
Yeah.
But why do you have to?
Because I have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
But that's how the game it is. You have to, so you have to accept that it's like this. Some I think I remember when Momoshi was still playing Ken, he was trying to play like very pure, very safe, but it didn't work well because
it's not designed to.
Yeah, because it's not the best way to play it. Maybe I'm wrong, but the result talked.
Yeah.
And
your results have gotten better through the years, and you've landed yourself. I mean, you already had RedBull, but you've gotten multiple sponsors as well, and you've won a couple of events as well. And
yeah, but I think in SF5 right now at this moment, I'm in the second tier of player. I mean, there is a top tier player, which are, for example, Tokido, Infiltration, Xian, Yukadon, NL for the season 3.5. But I'm in the second tier. Like I beat a lot of mid-high player. But when I face those people,
yes,
I have a big tendency to lose.
Yes.
Like today in tournament, I lost at Combo Breaker. I lost to Sako and Nokadu, and at Stunfest 1 week ago, I lost to NL and Dogura. Then that means when I'm facing a name, I have a tendency to lose.
Okay, so that goes back. That kind of goes back to my question of question. You just placed yourself.
Yeah. But that doesn't
in a lower tier.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Yeah, but in your situation, you told me that because you play against a name, you are not confident of playing your own.
My game.
But for me, it's not that I'm not confident in playing my game. It's just because I lose.
You're always losing. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess that makes sense.
But for example, against NL at Sunfest, I went to the last round and lost. Against Knuckle, it's the same. So maybe I have to analyze my match, because maybe that means in the last round or in the last set, maybe
something changed in your mind.
Maybe I'm not sure. I have to check it again.
So your thought right now on 3.5, right? You think, me as a player, I think that this is the best version of the game, because I feel like I have more control now than season 1. And although like I love the damage that Ken had from the previous seasons, so even though I gotta work a little harder, I still feel like I can beat the lower level player now easier because I have more control now in the neutral and in the game itself. So what do you think about this version compared to the previous one, and how comfortable you are in terms of control and your neutral? Because even though Mika's a Rushdown heavy character, you have godlike neutral. You understand neutral because of your experience before. So now, do you feel like you have at least a little more confidence and a little more control in neutral than before? And where do you feel like the game is headed for players?
As a Mika player, the neutral didn't change. I mean,
I don't mean in terms of like your character. I mean in terms of like the way the game. Yeah, because the less damage is a huge thing. The tone down of the V triggers is a huge thing. Wake up, jab, Nakali, crouch fierce, super undead.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's true. I think in general, the game is more neutral based. But in the end, when you go to a tournament, if you notice, there was 4 premiere to this day.
Yes.
In those 4 premiere, you see the same character.
Yeah.
But what character it is? It's Kami, a lot of Kami, Ibuki, Menat, Rashid, and Guy.
Yeah.
If you look closely, Kami, Ibuki, and Rashid are characters that can force mind game pretty easily. For example, Ibuki and Kami.
Yeah.
Ibuki will throw EX Kunai.
Yeah.
from nowhere on the screen.
From nowhere.
And she get a mix-up.
Free.
Free.
And I'm thinking about that the entire freaking time I'm playing neutral. I'm looking at the sky. I know you're gonna do it.
But
and she does it, and I can't do anything about it.
And Camille, for example, she can EX dive kick.
Hard as hell to anti her.
Yeah, and it force a situation of mania.
Yeah.
For example, if you look at our Mika VT1, Nadeshiko, it's the same. When I do crunch fierce Nadeshiko, it forces a situation of mania.
Yeah.
But it's a VT. It's
Yeah.
once around.
Yeah.
But for them, it's 1 meter.
Yes. And
That's
that's
a
something
big
I just tweeted that yesterday about that in this game you need a character that during a scramble or a near death situation has a safe EX move that they just pop out. Like for example, Balrog EX dash.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that shit in
EX
scramble.
dash,
Urian
EX
EX tackle, Demon flip,
EX
EX
bull-
demon
bull-
flip. Yes, EX bull da, 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 full screen.
Yeah.
Full screen. Why?
But those moves are good, but it's different because it doesn't create a mix-up afterward.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does. It puts me in the corner, or I eat damage from it, and it's a
Yeah.
complete momentum shift. Most of
Yeah,
these moves
yeah.
that are EX moves
Yeah,
that are
but-
safe, they're taking you to the corner in one hit.
yeah, that's true. On on
And
it,
on block, they're -2 at worst, or plus.
Yeah, but I rather having this move than getting hit by the EX dive kick on block or EX kunai on block, because it creates a real mangan.
Ah,
There is a real mix-up after EX kunai.
Yeah.
It's +2
yeah,
or +5.
yeah.
So it's a real. It's like you are taking this on it, because it creates a mangan. EX bullhorn, you block. Okay, that's true. That
Okay.
the move is really strong. On
Yeah.
neutral game, he can do it out
3
of the
times in
blue.
a row.
He can do it out of the blue. It beat a lot of move in
Yeah.
neutral.
But you're saying on block, there's not that mind game
Yeah,
afterwards.
I mean the move is really strong, but
Yes.
there is stronger move.
there is a stronger EX1
Yeah.
move that
Yeah.
even on block, I'm in the same situation as if I was on hit. I just didn't get hit,
Yeah.
but I still have to deal with the upcoming
She
mix-up.
gets the turn.
Yes, she still has the turn.
Yeah, and okay. Then first I was speaking of Ibuki and Kami
Yeah.
with those two moves.
Yeah.
Akuma in VT1 he has the fireball.
Oh yeah.
And
Demon,
Yeah, and he has a stand medium kick EX red fireball.
Red Fireball. Oh yeah, we're
So
talking
it
about
creates a
each
mix-up
other.
as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the 3 characters for me are top 5. And then you have Menat and Guile. Menat and Guile, the difference is their zoning are really godlike. They are very, very, very strong zoner.
Yeah.
Like Menat doesn't have any hotbox.
Ah, you can't whiff punish
her VT1 is create
Broken.
mix-up. Yeah.
I hate that
Her
feature.
VT1, each orbs create a mix-up.
Everyone, you block it, but
Yeah.
you block the wake up stand short on that stupid wake up, which I
Yeah.
don't know why it's
Yeah.
still like that. Why? Why are there's
Yeah,
like
you
3
can't
wake ups?
recognize, yeah.
You can't recognize the wake up. She wake up, stand short, but thank God you blocked it. You didn't even try, but now you're in a mix up. Now you're stand strong.
Yeah.
Orb, instant overhead or low.
Yeah.
You blocked both of them. Oh, you got thrown. Now I'm gonna jump again. 2 orbs coming at you. Where am I
Yeah,
going? You know,
it's very
I
strong.
have full bar, but because you took 9,000 damage trying to get at me,
And-
all I need to hit you is as
and
one orb.
it's
2 bars.
2 bars. And look, Ibuki VT2,
2
which
bars.
is 2 bars. Kami VT1, 2 bars.
2 bars.
Yeah.
And
So-
you have to hold the dive kick.
Yeah, and those.
So those are the strongest that you're saying in this game right now. Those characters that can put
The
you in that.
counter as the strongest is either you have godlike zoning,
Yeah,
Guile and Menat,
yeah.
or either you have EX moves that create easily man game situation.
Kami, Ibuki,
And Akuma.
Akuma.
And if you look closely, those 3 characters have the best move speed in the game as well. For Shimi. For Shimi.
Think about that.
Their jump are really good as well. Like Ibuki go really high and can go
Or she
behind.
could end it short with the Kuna.
Yeah, she can do the parachute as
Akuma
well.
can instant air EX Fireball.
Yeah,
And that messes up the jump
Demon
arc.
flip are
Demon
really good.
flip.
And
Kami dive kick.
Kami dive, and her jump is really fast.
Menat dive kick and orbs
Yeah,
and and just the zoning.
So yeah, if you look closely, those 3 characters are pretty much the same in their weapon. They have all 3 have the same weapon.
So here-
they can attack you for free with and create a mix-up. They
Yeah.
have very good walk speed in a game where throw or shimmy is really
Yes.
strong.
So here's the question that the player is thinking about, the average player. What do I do if I don't have this character? What am I supposed to do? What do you suggest on
I
doing?
think I got this because a lot of people will say, "Oh, Luffy, why don't you play Menat?" Because
So
she's
why
so
did you stick with Mika? Same.
Yeah.
Those two
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. I stick with Mika despite I think it's really hard to win a big stake tournament because the more rounds there is, the more chance you have to face a very hard matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look, every time the top 32, top 16, top 8, a lot of Kami, a lot of Guile, a lot of Menat.
Mm-hmm.
So Mika, at some point, she will advance through to the bracket, but at some point of the tournament, it will be very hard because you only face those characters.
Yeah.
Because most
eventually you're gonna face the top tier.
Yeah, and the top tier and the top player in the
And
world.
and the best player for that top tier character.
Yeah. So that means now I'm speaking of Mika, but imagine you are playing, I don't know, even Birdie. Birdie or Urien or some second tier character.
How about like a very hopeful Chun-Li player, a very hopeful.
Yeah, then that's the same. He will win some round because he's strong.
The consistency is not there.
Then after some time he will have to play one Akuma, he win. He will play one Kami, he win. He will play one Menat. Then it's very, very hard. But if you play one, imagine you go in a tournament, you are a Guile player, you are confident. Because you know that, or you play Akuma, because you know that some matchup will be even.
Yeah. Or at best, my favorite.
Yeah, but that means you can still play. If you are ready, you can play. But you are going to a tournament with Alex. I think you know you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard.
It's impossible. It's nearly impossible unless everything works out for you. Unless everything works out perfectly to the T.
Yeah, that's it.
It's going to be impossible for you to win with that character. So if you like the character, play the character, but if you're trying to be competitive and win, you need to at least have a top tier.
You have, I think I don't like season 3.5 because if you don't play one of those 5 or 6 characters,
you're not going to make it. You're not going to be
consistent. It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. Very hard to win.
Whereas in season 1, there were more characters that were scary.
But if you take, because there is a lot, every day I think you put 6 FGC player in the same room.
Yeah.
Then you put up the topic or speak about the tier list, who is broken or not. They will say if you pick each character have a broken thing. But in the end, the top 5 are really, really stronger.
Yeah. And so does that mean that you're working on somebody else?
No, and then after on the topic why I still play Mika. Because I think it's not fun if everyone in a tournament plays the same character.
Best character.
Imagine you are going to Combo Breakers.
Yeah.
600,
everybody, the 600 players of Guile, Menat. Yeah.
You play the same. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
If you look closely at the top 8 of each premier, it's mostly the same character 80% of the time.
Yeah.
But is it fun to watch? I don't like, but I like to see some diversity.
Diversity,
So
that's what Street Fighter is about, though.
Yeah.
I
I find it really fun when I see Mono PR playing Fang. It's really fun.
Yeah.
When I see Dominion playing Ed.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Then after I see one match with 2 Kami, one match with again Akuma against Menat.
Yeah.
Again
Ibuki versus Kami, and then Kami versus Kami, and then Menat versus
At
Kami.
the end you see a lot of
the same top tier.
Like it's really enjoyable because the player are really strong. But at the end you're seeing the same thing week by week.
Yeah.
So that's why I still play Mika, because I like to play another character. Like I played Rose, there wasn't a lot of Rose. I was one of the few with Filippo Neumann and other Rose player to play. So I think that's why some people...
It gives you a sense of uniqueness as well, right?
That's what I like. And now with Mika, there is maybe 5 players in Mika.
Yeah. So, I'm right there with you, bro. The Ken army has grown very, very...
there is not a lot of Ken as well.
There's no more Kens anymore. So I get that question a lot as like, why don't you, switch? And I'm like, because, I like to have fun with the game as well. And Ken, I feel like I have the most fun with. And it's not, I don't enjoy the game as much when I play Akuma or something like that. Plus, it's really awesome when I still have people tell me like, "Oh, dude, I'm trying to learn Ken." You know, I wanna. I watch your videos and everything. It makes me feel good. But lately, winning means more because I have something to prove to myself that I can do it. That I am one of the best.
And then
that's making me want to switch.
In that state, either you are, if you want to prove yourself that you can win, it's either you say, "Oh, I can win with Ken," or either you want the easy road and you switch to Utopia.
Yeah, see, but that road that you're talking about, that's not the easy road where I stick with Ken.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna run into Tokido again, and he's gonna Akuma me. And it's not gonna be fun. I don't want to deal with Tokido's Akuma ever again. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with Guile. I don't want to deal with Minat. I don't want to deal with Kami or Ibuki. I want to be the one that puts my opponent in that fearful mindset. I want to just jump EX Kunai and think about, hey, he's more afraid of me than I am. I don't want to be the one that's like, all right, man, where are you going to be at this time? You know, I want to be the one that, I was playing Salty Kid's Mika in a money match, and this guy literally command grabbed me twice to kill me, and he did the most, like, evil laugh, bro. He was just like, ah, and I was like, Jesus, what goes on in your mind, bro? I'm over here trying to hit confirm, trying to catch your dash, and you're over here command grabbing me twice and laughing. I want to play the game that you're playing. I want to play your version of Street Fighter. What's going on in your head, you know? He was having a good time. That's what I'm saying. I want to have that in my character where I just don't care as well. I don't do what I want. And you're going to be the one that's more scared of me than I am. Of you, you know? So I agree with you, and that's something that I've been thinking about lately. And it comes to, do you want to win? Do you want to be a professional and make something out of this? In this game right now, you need, if you're playing another character, you at least need a top tier character as a secondary to get to that state, to get to be able to compete at the high level and win something consistently. I just won in DR last month, and I still felt like this is probably not going to happen again if I stick it out with Ken, because this was that once in a lucky bracket type of, or I mean, I played against Mena and Kaba, but that's not going to happen as often. Like you said, you're going to win sometimes, but it's not consistent. And what I want is consistency as a player. So
out of 10 times playing Tokido, I might win 2 times. He will win 8 times.
Yes, but if I play a different character, if I play a better character, maybe I have a higher chance because he has to deal with the same thing that I'm dealing with.
In the end, even though those players are the best in the world as fighting a player,
yes,
they are still controlling a character.
Yes.
And that character is strong as well.
Yes.
Because if people just say, oh, he's so good, not because of the character, but because he's himself, that means if he take Alex, he might win the tournament.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't work, because in the end, it's a good player with a good character.
With a good character. You need a good character.
In the end, we are all playing the same game with the same gameplay, with the same sequence, with the same setup, with the same mixer.
You're right. Yes.
At the end, if you play a better character, you will be a better player.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess there's your answer to, you know, what you should do about playing a better character.
If you play to win, you have to play the best character.
Yeah.
But some people, they are known for something else.
Yeah.
Like Bonchan is known for his Nash.
Yeah.
Sagat is coming out.
Yeah.
So, for example, Bonchan, I asked him, imagine if Sagat is very low tier, do you switch to Sagat? He said yes, because Bonchan is linked to Sagat.
Yeah.
As a person.
Yes.
It's the same for me.
Free, yeah. If Rose comes out, you have to play Rose.
Yeah.
I told Combo Fiend, I don't want Ken to be in this game, because if he's in this game, I'm gonna have to play him, and if he's trash, I'm still gonna have to play him.
For example, he switched from GIF to Abigail.
Yeah.
But I think his result was better with GIF.
Yeah.
But maybe that's because he's playing Abigail and not GIF.
Brand new, yeah. He's also new to Abigail as well.
Yeah.
So I wanted to end this conversation with your thoughts on CPT in terms of how it was, like how it's transitioned from before to now in terms of traveling and the points and your thoughts on all of that. What do you think?
So the Capcom Pro Tour is why every pro player now plays SF5.
Yeah.
It evolved a lot since 4 years. Every year the system is different. For example, at the start you had Premier with direct qualification.
Mm-hmm.
You had ranking like regional finals,
Mm-hmm.
or even Premier. If the winner is qualified, it goes to the runner-up
Mm-hmm.
and the rest. But now, this year, 2018, the algorithm of points is very different because it rewards the first place a lot, and the weight of a ranking is really low in compared to a Premier. So that means every player who wants to compete at Capcom Cup have to do every Premier.
Travel to
Or
that. Yeah.
most Premier.
Yeah.
So that means you have to travel in the world every 2 weeks or every week.
Every month, yeah. On top of the ranking events that you're going to, because we
yeah.
have to go to the ranking events. That's the only way. Even though the points are significantly lower, we have to go to the ranking events. I have to go to the ranking events.
Strategically, if you are strong enough, you can go to only Premier and do top 8 in every Premier.
And you
qualify.
you can qualify.
But
But
I mean,
for everybody
yeah.
else, I mean, for 98% of the players.
Because since traveling requires a big amount of money, either you are sponsored or either you have some economy and you want to spend your money in competing in the Capcom Cup to get the 500 euro,
100,000, 600,000, yeah.
So that means player like me, player like Human Bomb, player like Problem X, player like Phenom, for example, they never ever really traveled a lot outside Europe before this year.
Yeah.
Because this year we just have to, like, this year I went to final round, I went to Cover Breaker, it's my first time in 9 years of competing.
Yeah. And you said the year that you won Evo, you only went to like one event in Europe and then
just
you
Evo.
went to Evo. Like that's nuts. That's actually nuts.
My strategy every year to qualify for Capcom Cup is to do the European season and Evo.
Yeah.
Last year I did this plus Canada Cup because I needed point at this moment. But this year I will try to go to most same European season. Plus some tournament maybe on the on the East Coast and Middle Coast, because on the West Coast I have a 9-hour jet lag and I don't really like it.
Yeah.
This just Evo I'm going. But that's the same case for most players. Like All King, he goes to every premiere. Human Bomb as well. So it really changed the life of a programmer. The life of a programmer in Street Fighter. It really changed a lot since 9 years. And this year is particularly different because it became more and more professional.
And it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's very exhausting, and I think it's more reserved to the pro player now.
The elite.
Yeah.
The elite.
Definitely. Yeah. And personally, I don't think that's the good way, because when you want to spread the brand and the game, you can't really restrain all the players like this.
Because it requires a lot of money and a lot of time.
Yeah, but
people have work. People have.
But that's because we are players who want to qualify for Capcom Cup. For other players, they can still do their ranking.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
But in the end, even if someone will do the ranking, in the back of his head, he is doing the ranking. Imagine if he win one ranking.
He wants to.
Yeah, he will try to he wants to, he will say, like you said in the start, or now I won a ranking. I know that I'm able to compete against the best. I want to prove myself. Then it will just go like this.
No, I'm like going to tournaments every month and got to catch up with school. I'm exhausted, you know. Like that's
and
that has a toll on you.
Back then, like people know me for maybe 9 or 10 years now, but it's only like for 2 years that I'm full programmer.
Yeah.
Before this, I was working 40 hours a week and still compete. It was really hard.
Really hard.
Still now I'm like full time, but it's even harder because now every week I already have.
And you got to leave your family, you got to leave your country, you got to leave. Yeah, it's hard, and we deserve. Bear with me. We deserve a better treatment, I think, than the CPT Online. I completely despise the CPT Online. I like the tour because of what it's done for my life and everything about it. But this CPT Online is really bad. It's really bad because I'm all for helping online players. I'm all for the online scene. But there's a problem here. We're not playing the same game. We're not playing Street Fighter V when we're playing it online. There's no 6 frames of lag. There's 37 frames of lag.
Yeah.
There's 3,000 frames of lag. I didn't know Ken had a teleport until I played against another Ken. I didn't know Ryu can fly. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah.
I'm not playing the same game. Why are you rewarding this player who's literally sipping a cup of tea in their pajamas and playing than when I was in DR, stressed out while every single Dominican in the world was screaming for Kaba and Mena to beat me. And I was under that pressure, and I won, and I felt, oh man, you did something good.
But you still got the same reward?
I got the same points as Flash, and Flash is my boy. But you got the same points as I did as when you were sitting at home. You know, like that's like... It shouldn't. I'm not playing the same game, and especially the fact that the CPT. I could have stayed home and played at the CPT Online. It was the same day as DR.
Yeah.
But I chose because I have to travel to the ranking event, and online is not going to make me happy because there's a lot of problems with online for Street Fighter V.
Yeah. So
my suggestion was take away points from CPT Online, have CPT Online, but reward the winner with, hey, you get an all expense trip to the next ranking event.
Yeah.
You get an all expense trip to the next premier event. I'm seeing these same players
actually,
over and over again.
I think that's a pretty good idea. That
Justin told me that idea, by the way.
It's pretty good because in the first place, why would someone join the online CPT? It might be because
they don't get an opportunity to travel.
Yeah, they don't have the money or the opportunity, the friend, whatever,
the sponsor, etc.
To travel. So that's a really good reward.
Would you agree with that more than the points?
Then what's cool as well is someone already sponsored. He wouldn't bother entering the online tournament if he win this.
Exactly. So you're dealing with, I guess, with less scary opponents.
Yeah.
With less of a better
to
opponent.
get the chance to really see them in real life after.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really good. And I joined.
Those are my thoughts on the CPT Online. I just think that the points should not be there because it's not fair. For us, that we are traveling, we're in Chicago.
At least it shouldn't have the same weight than offline.
Make it 25 points. I'm cool with make it 2 points, 2.5 points. I'm cool with that. But give the guy like a trip to a ranking or a premiere or something. But don't give him the same reward as people that traveled to a whole nother country that I had to get vaccines for. I scheduled appointments for vaccines just so I can get on my flight that same day to DR. You know, and because it's not that serious. Obviously, it's a first world problem, but you know what I'm saying. It's just that whole effort of the player and what is required from us in the hotel and the jet lag and whatever. Compared to, okay, buddy, you got the same points that he just did for all that work that he put in. But I'm glad that I guess we both agree on this.
Oh, a lot of people does. Even Problem X.
Problem X is a big one on it. Yeah.
He didn't join the online CPT. He went to
Texas.
Yeah,
Went to Texas.
Texas
Yeah, I
Showdown.
was talking to him about this in Texas.
Yeah, and he told me no, I just prefer to go to Texas to play the real game.
The real game, yeah. We're not even playing Street Fighter 5 when it's online.
We are, I think, we are not even saying this to be negative. It's just how it is.
No. It's just how it. I mean, it's
a fact.
fact. It's a fact. That I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm just saying that it's a fact, especially online.
Yeah. Only in Japan it's really good.
Only in Japan it's the only place.
In
but
Japan, I went to Japan. I play online. It's really, really good. It's like
perfect.
offline.
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure.
Really like offline.
Yeah. But I mean, that's pretty much it from me.
Yeah.
And some of the questions that we thought about over at the Gauntlet. But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I know that this was late, but I appreciate you sitting down with me, man. And you know, we've talked a lot before, and I value your advice and opinion a lot. So thank you for sharing some of your strategies and your thoughts on Street Fighter 5.
No problem.
Hopefully you guys can learn from this video, and if there were some questions that you had that I asked as well, hopefully that got answered, and kind of give you more of a strive to be better, strive to succeed more in Street Fighter 5. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to Luffy.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time with the Gauntlet and everybody.
Thank you very much.
You guys have a wonderful day or evening, and until next time.